What can you even search for him? Oh my days. Yeah, just tell your mate to filter it by F1,
yeah, he did, but it did not work, apparently, but... Oh my god!
Safe.
I should be online. So I just invited him without doing any other settings except...
I'm about to come.
So... Agreed!
The fucking Watson gun this thing.
Do you keep saying bread or do you keep saying brr?
Brr.
Brr.
Brr. Baby.
Hello. Yeah.
It's always the same fucking thing.
10011000100110.
Me when I talk to a computer.
Shut the fuck up.
It's literally just bread.
I am a robot. I like full black.
You know, Max, actually, binary code is only used for numbers.
Nerd emoji. I made the whole fucking party go silent.
Wow.
Large penis and large balls.
Oh my god.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. There's this kid at school who's like, me and Jay are Benning. Very much. Jaya. You know her?
Yeah.
She has a brother in year 8 or something. And every time I see him I scream, Alhamdulillah.
What's his name?
Nah, that's what I call him. Cause he's brown, that's the joke.
Haha, nigga, haha.
For real.
Invite me.
Invite me.
Invite me.
Or I'll go play golf with friends on my own.
Okay. I don't want him to play golf with friends. Without friends.
I'll play it with you later, Max, if you want.
Hooray! Okay,
Bro, I thought the graphics of that game would have been better.
No, it was hooray. It was the white person.
Oh, yeah.
I really expected the graphics of the game to be better, but they weren't. I'm not knitters. I ate.
I need more knit to work on my land. I need more. You're ready.
Guys, we know.
Hooray!
Bro, I'm trying.
In the series, you would have seen that when we bought it, it was a
Yeah, celebration.
Pig.
Am I online? I am online. Wait, does anyone... Stop, guys. Can you not? Can you not? Can someone else invite? Can someone else invite Oliver? Does anyone else have Oliver?
What the fuck are you watching?
Holy shit. Boxing.
Are you watching fucking UFC?
No, boxing. There was KSI at a fight last night.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't count that fucking YouTube box.
He knocked the guy out. It was cool. It's so shit though, because both of them literally just have their hands down the entire fight. Like, they're so bad at fighting.
I don't know.
It's not even fun to
Obviously,
watch.
that's why I don't watch it, because it's just fucking stupid. I don't care who the fucking person is, it doesn't matter. Unless they're fighting Mike Tyson, I don't really care what they're fighting.
It's true.
I wanna watch him get battered, it'd be funny as fuck.
Yeah, let's go, brother.
Right, like a 70-year-old man.
Max, who's fucking Alfa Romeo? Oh yeah, Max, next please.
Let's go, I'm about to come!
Max, next season when we go over to F1 23, do you still want to drive for Alfa Romeo, or do you finally want to swap your team?
Mayhaps. Oh my god, wait. Oh, you
fuck is that to my...
Who's going to Haas?
I'm going to Haas.
Max, what? Let's go with Daan.
Who's going to Aston Martin?
No one? Actually, next season.
I might go Aston Martin then.
Okay. Can Alistair and I still swap?
No,
I'll
too
be
late.
Fernando on this car.
Fuck, okay, I will go season Alfa Romeo. I'm already going. Season 6, I already signed. Season 6, Alfa Romeo.
Nigga.
Man, what the fuck, man?
Can we start?
Yeah, Oliver's fucking. He literally said he's not gonna start.
Bruh.
You said have a good race, just fucking start. I can't be arsed.
What? Why is Brett typing? What's Brett doing?
Bye. Clear.
Because you asked my fucking question, Dan.
Okay, we're gonna
Yes. Okay, I start.
I'm gonna be very biased against you, Max.
Against.
Yeah.
Why?
This is funny. Like everything you do, I'm gonna like just take the I'm commentating, so that's how you go.
I'm gonna meet everyone anyway. I might just leave the party actually.
But why?
Cause I don't wanna.
You can't hear me commentate.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing, man?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
No, I
No,
can just
yeah,
listen
no.
on Dan's thing. No,
I'm still
I
gonna
mute
take the
everyone
piss
anyway.
out
I
of
leave
you.
the party usually anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. But then you're gonna hear Dan more than me. This is this stream.
Oh, I don't care. Oh, I'm about to come.
I'm sad. I'm sad now. Ian and Oliver are both not racing.
Welcome to fucking NPL and shit. We're fucking starting with 5 people this time. That's one more than yesterday. And there's
Yo.
one person got replaced by Fabian, and that's quite cool.
Yeah, and I told Ian the time, and he said that he was gonna practice. But he's not joining, apparently, because he's not online.
This is an interesting lobby. Alright. There's already 1.5 minutes through the session.
Oh wait, who went into me? Someone went into me.
Along with Tice and Dan. See Brett now coming out the pit lane. By
28,
Fabian, rather.
28.
Brett is now coming out of the pit lane.
Now that.
There is Dan, there is Tice. Out the pit lane. You know what, I might as well just change my camera settings so it looks more interesting.
Alistair, you can also just turn on track map as well.
Wait, I can't change the camera setting, oh fuck you. Whatever. I was gonna do that actually, yeah, I need to do that for this race. Telemetry's on. Tires on. I need the full track map and I need
DRS round the
lap data.
outside!
What a banging move by Dan Maurice on the outside of Tice. I wonder if that comes up in the stream or what song I'm listening to, because it'd be quite funny if it comes with a fucking Undertale. Anyway. Tice has an issue with his car. And he's gonna stop the car. Is Fabian already going for a hot lap here? Out the final corner, we're gonna ride on board with him now. He goes into the DRS zone. There's a yellow flag, I'm not sure why, I could not possibly wonder why. As Tice has fucking died, Max is doing Max things and weaving very slowly. As Tice reverses into the middle of the track, very dangerously. We're on board with Fabian now. He heads down into turn 3. Daan's starting his lap now. Fabian, 16.388 in the first sector. What can Daan manage? That's purple so far.
I think I might have the same pedal issues as yesterday. Not sure.
There were already paddle issues for Daan, as he had yesterday. And it is attempts, well, not too far. It's only 300ths off of Fabian's first sector, so it's not too bad from Daan now.
Oh no, it's different. It's something with the throttle input.
Max as well.
It only like goes on the throttle when I fully push it in.
Right now, you might want to hurry up.
The gas pedal.
Not impede his lap time like a fucking retard. Anyway, there goes Max out to the front 2 corners.
Is Max on a lap already or what?
Ian now joins and Fabian disconnects. And that means we're probably going to restart because this lobby is stupid. Max goes into turn 1 and absolutely ruins his corner. Absolutely terrible first corner from Max. He goes down the straight.
Oh no, I
ERS winding down.
crashed!
And there's already... We're going to probably restart now. Max,
Yes.
kill yourself. Max, listen to the voices. There you go. That was a waste of time.
I'm happy now.
Well
Restart.
done, Max. You listen to the voices.
What? What happened?
I don't know. We just decided to
Ian,
restart.
join.
Yeah, so we gotta restart. We gotta retard. Wait, what? Also, everyone just add Oliver.
Comes uncontrollably.
I just need everyone to add Oliver. We're not gonna try and make him join. I'll still invite him, just in case.
What do we do?
What?
What are we doing? Do we just crash out?
Yeah, crash. We have to crash twice now.
I'd rather just drive straight into turn 1. I want to watch the most outrageous crash ever. I don't want to fucking clip it.
Ha! Thijs, we were starting last. Haha, skill issue. You're
starting
last.
I am.
Oh no, Max is. Never mind, Max is. Okay. Skill issue. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Max gonna crash in qualifying anyway.
Yeah,
What kind of
crash on
fucking...
purpose.
Where's the spectator menu?
Oh!
Damage is off, isn't it?
I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna kill Fabian's car.
Or not.
Everyone,
That's really hard.
no!
Oh, that's a crash.
Kill him!
Oh, Tyson
Yes!
fucking died.
No! I missed.
Holy
Don't
shit.
put me.
Oh, here comes Brett. Oh my lord.
I killed
was
Fabian
so
and
hard.
somehow didn't die. I killed
Dude, Brett
Fabian
had to
at
walk
full
fucking
speed but
hard.
didn't die.
On board with Tyson.
So,
Ow.
Jesus Christ.
Dan, hurry the fuck up and die.
Okay, sure. I died it.
Right, that was the sprint race.
No.
Time for the race for the crashes. Let's fucking do it. You can get. This will be a competition. Whoever gets the best crash, in my opinion, wins.
Yes, I'm very good in crashing, especially in the league. In Austria, I had the biggest crash in Austria in the league. That was in an actual
Under the
race.
safety car, Dan.
No, twice
Oh, yeah,
actually.
during the race when you got
twice,
fucking
twice.
nosedive.
Once
I
because
remember that,
Brett
Max was
was
watching.
being stupid, and once because I died. Yo, I'm in pole position.
I don't know why it does this, where it's the lights are going on and I can't even spectate anyone.
Oh no, I
Like,
stalled
you're all
on the
gonna jump
grids! Ah.
I'm gonna watch from Max's onboard, so I get a good idea of who's gonna die and where and when.
I'm gonna get a puncture. I don't have a puncture.
Oh, this AI is autistic. Did you just watch that?
Yeah.
No.
Triple overtake, come on. Please give me a chance.
Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh my god, I can see the traction control fuck you over then.
Dives, do you want to be muted?
Max is fucking going.
I have an idea.
Max is so cracked.
Yeah,
Max,
I'm so
one of the
cracked.
strategies is SMH.
I'm 3 seconds faster than the Delta. Oh my days, that was an awful corner.
It says you're 25
rest
seconds ahead of your
on.
Delta on my screen. Oh no. How did that not kill you?
Wah, reset me. Ah,
Drive in front of Fabian.
Die!
okay, I'm doing it
Kids.
here.
Where's Brett? Oh, he's here.
If you
Why
die,
does
you
Brett
like
drive like
little
he's on controller?
kids.
He's on a wheel.
How did Max get
Right.
10 seconds for that?
Ow.
I thought I
Yeah.
could slide on the off the cab, but apparently not.
Yeah, no. You're going too fast, fella.
Wait,
too much
but I'm in
downforce.
your world, you don't
Why is that wall just like stick
let
across
the way
Gary's
that you
teeth?
can hold it, you know what that's why.
it's gonna change more.
Okay, finally we can get qualifying going. Jesus Christ.
Climate
It's
change.
been a half an hour. God damn it.
Oh.
Drinking from my bottle of water.
Nigga, I'm muted. Is the other guy joining? Hello?
Hello.
Is the other guy joining?
I get no, he can't, mate. It's not working.
No, the guy in the fight.
Ian, join. Ian, join the lobby or
I'm
you're dead.
No, join.
I invite you via PlayStation and via EA, via the game. So you should be able to join now. I sent you 3 invites.
I sent you 3. I'm gonna keep
Let me
spamming.
just throw up in my mouth.
I'm gonna spam invite Dice because he's already in the lobby.
Loopy.
Only one listening is a banger. Fucking tune. You're in time with the music, Max, at the point.
Yeah. Fucking built different.
I'm just ready up, ready up, ready up, ready up, ready up, ready up, ready up. Ready up. Max, ready up.
Max, ready up, you little pussy.
I am a nigger.
Max, ready up.
Niggers. Hockey stick handle. Niggers.
Umbrella handle.
Nick.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Nigga, 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 nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. Bruh.
Let's go.
What the hell?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not ready
Crikey.
for that. Crikey, my... I was about to say the
Crikey, he just turned into me. Yo, it says 6.9 on my steering wheel.
Oh my god, can someone go on the track so I can commentate? Fucking...
No, Max left the party. No, Max left the party. He did not disconnect, I don't think.
No, yeah, no, he just doesn't want to be here.
Dice! I have to brake for the corner in the pit lane, Jesus Christ.
And Dan cuts the corner on the exit of the pit lane to start qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix.
We've...
Round 8 of the championship in NPL. The halfway point of the season is beyond this, so whoever's leading by 50 points, which will
I can't wait to battle this man that's behind Thijs again.
You're gonna battle Ian.
Yes, Ian, let's battle. Let's battle until we can't anymore. Well, not in qualifying, but in the race. No. Again.
You're not gonna battle him normally. I mean, yeah, in the sprint race last season when I was battling him, he was pretty normal, but like...
Okay, there's a pretty good gap between Ian and Max. I'm gonna go into the middle of that.
The second one is really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, he did. I think he was just trying to, like,
remember I got taken out twice by both McLarens. Fabian spun me in turn 3, and then I got absolutely murdered by Brett on the safety car. Restart. Safety car, not just regular safety car. Yes.
It's Fabian then that does the first lap time today.
Bruh!
He had to land first corner, purple first sector. Is it better than his last one that he did? Let's see if we get the full track and the I guess I'm gonna look at the
Don't worry, 1, 2, 3, don't worry about me, please. I gotta do this.
His first sector, it was pretty decent, I believe.
I want to do a lap.
Dan is in the middle of the track, and that is really...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Max. I know he can't hear me.
That'll make a difference though, because he has still got a good final corner. He does overstay on the exit like an idiot though, and is using some of his ERS.
Bro, please commentate like normal.
This Max is funny.
Yeah, okay, Max, yeah.
Look, I'm being biased against only Max because it's funny. Anyway, let's see everyone else. Out the final corner, Fabian will be the first person to set a time. And he heads out the turn, he does very little ERS lap. It's a pretty good lap, 1 minute 5.8 on the clock here. As Ian now coming around the corner on his lap. All he managed to get in the last 2 corners on this lap. Pretty decent time he's looking for here. I'm reckoning he's going to get around about 1 minute 6. It's 1 minute 5.9. That means that Fabian is on provisional pole. Thijs couldn't quite beat his time. As Ian comes out the final corner, what's it going to be? Pretty good lap. 1 minute 6.4 as I predicted. And here comes Brett now. What's Brett going to manage to do here? Really good middle sector there from him. He comes out through the final couple corners. Brett will be looking to get maybe a front row here. Can he beat Thijs' time on the first run? 1 minute 5.6 puts him on provisional pole, but what's Max going to do here? Dan Corona towards the end of the lap. With Max just in front, Max on a pretty decent lap. I didn't know about that. Doesn't seem like he's going to get a really indicative time here. He's out the final corner. Very wide on the exit. He's going to exceed track limits because he's a pussy, and he does go fastest because he's cheap.
I got a very slow lap. I could easily...
incredibly competitive session.
I could easily get into the 1 minute 5s.
The whole field in the 1 minute 5s decides 2 drivers, and one of them saying that is done that they can get into the 1 minute 5. Ian.
Yeah, you'll probably make it too, yeah.
1 minute 6.4. All drivers have a chance to get in the 1 minute 5 today. This is one of the most competitive sessions we've seen in a while. As Max is on provisional pole, as he has got on before, as recently as Hungary last season. So we shall see how this goes throughout the rest of the day.
So I'm for the like 3 races that Max actually drives in a season. He's actually pretty good, but then he spins and then he just decides to kill himself in the middle of the race.
True. If Max doesn't
Qualifying?
spin at some point, I think he won't leave the lobby, and that is a revelation.
Should we make Max win the race? Because Max hasn't won since like the second race of season 1.
Rather than it was China season 1. So he could be doing.
Max
we
is
could
the.
actually make this the most competitive season ever by having 5 different winners in the season.
Well, Fabian's going to win definitely this
Fabian could
season,
win a
I can
race.
tell.
If he actually races at France, he'll have a good chance to win that. Sure. Here comes Tice then, down the straight to start his second lap now. Through the first sector, what's it going to be? Will he get purple? Not the best first sector, he's improved on his previous time, but it was not purple just about. It was a little bit deep into turn 3 though, that's going to cost him a lot of time going down the straight, but he does get on the DRS pretty quickly, and he's going to hopefully salvage a good lap here. As he is 4th currently, which is not the best qualifying performance. We have seen him be very good in qualifying lately. This Max is on provisional pole by 4 tenths of a second over Tice. Just about 2 tenths ahead of Brett in 2nd place, so it is a very good lap from Max to get him on provisional pole. As purple middle sector for Tice, this is a good lap from here. He is already 2.5 tenths up on his best time. You can notice he really drifted out to the exit curve pretty well, going out of turn 8, going into the last 2 corners now. Manages to get it in nicely, good downshift as he goes in, just to give himself some more grip in the corner. Out the final turn, runs a little bit on the exit curve just to make sure he can maximise the time. What's it going to be? 1 minute 5.8, it only improves by a tenth of a second, lost some time in the final sector there. And Max is now on his 2nd run, I believe. He is only slightly down on his best time in the first sector by 1/100th of a second, but we'll see if he can improve any more. He is improving purple middle sector once again for Max now, as he comes out the corner.
Okay, I'll just go a little bit faster. I have to do another lap.
I'm talking and he's listening to me. He misses the apex, that is not good, but he's going to run wide, just try and make up some time.
Same.
He goes through here, and he spins out the final corner on what would have been potentially a pole position lap. Hopefully
Max
it wasn't me that was distracting him there. Anyway,
you just
Daan
gotta
comes
drive.
out of turn 1, saving ERS that he doesn't need to. I'm not sure why he's doing that, to be honest. Tice slowing down his lap. Is Brett going to do a lap next time? He is on his out lap. Fabian's still in the pit lane on his fresh set of tyres. So Tice on 3 lap old softs, but I imagine he's going to come into the pit lane potentially, or maybe even try a 3rd lap on these tyres. He might as well, there's plenty of time. Max comes into the pit lane after what would have been potentially a even better pole position lap. Has had to come into the pit lane.
This is quite competitive for qualifying. I mean, like the entire top 4 is in contention.
So this is good. So Brett and Max ahead of Tice. This is an interesting qualifying session. Brett has been very good in qualifying, but just doesn't quite have the race pace to keep it up. It's kind of like Leclerc in that remark. But Max it is, who is a original pole.
Nee,
So we have Brett on fresh
wel in de
softs.
ronde.
Fabian's still in the pit lane. He's just trying to bide his time. Ian is on a lap old tyres as he is in the middle of his lap. Already a huge chunk of time ahead in his first sector. A very good first sector from Ian there. As he goes into turn 4 now. A little bit deep there, but he's okay. He's managed to get on the exit pretty well. Some good traction on the exit of the corner as Brett starts his lap now out of the first corner. Down into turn 3. Didn't look like the first corner, but we'll see the sector time here he has lost 0.05 of a second to his best time. And he uses way too much of the sausage curve through the corner. That's going to massively compromise his exit with the traction control. As Daan goes to the first sector, is a 10th down in his first sector. And Ian has spun on his lap. Down there, I believe that is turn 8, yes it is, and he has spun around, I imagine, on the curve on the exit there. That's unfortunate for him. He's now maybe going to have to... Yeah, too much curve for Ian. He spins into the pit lane, almost hitting the wall. That would have been a very embarrassing accident if he managed to hit that happen. Tice is yelling down the mic, I'm not sure why, as Brett has seemingly backed out of his lap. I'm not sure why that is.
Whoa, Jesus
oh my
Christ!
Goodness, Daan almost getting hit there by Brett. That was incredibly close, and that means that Daan has backed out of his lap. That was a huge impeding there from Brett.
That's the 2nd lap in a row.
It's not good for Daan then, so he has been impeded once again. Not sure if it was Brett that impeded last time, but Tice is on 4 lap tyres just like Daan, so I think they'll both have to pit for new tyres now for the second leg of the session. As Max still in the pit lane.
Christ.
Brett is
I just ran over
pit
6 people off Mercedes. Oh,
everyone in the pit lane now. It is, as of right now, after the first... Oh, and is Brett trying to do another lap? Why? I'm not sure. He's not done a lap yet, but he has absolutely no ERS. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. So he goes onto a lap. He will not have any pace, I'm sure, on this lap with that lack of ERS. But as he goes to the first corner, cuts the inside as I'd expect him to, and does manage to get a decent exit as well.
That was risky, but it's just turned 60.
And how is he going to go through the first sector? 7,000 down his
Okay,
best time.
minutes
Somehow
left.
it doesn't quite. He was cheating, and he
New
goes in. He
shot.
does do some very long turning and braking. That'll really cost him time in the braking zone. He goes on the curve a little bit too much on the inside. He just hugged the inside, however, that will give him some time. But he's got no ERS on the straights, crucially, and that's going to really cost him some time on this lap. As he heads into turn 4 now, it's a pretty nice exit there, and also hitting the apex right at the place where he needs to. As he goes down into turn 6, the left-hander.
Bro, that's
Pretty
way
tight,
too
really
much fuel.
feathering the throttle as he gets down, trying to get the power down as quick as he can, trying to find the optimal time to do so. Gets on the curve a little bit, that was going to cost him some time. Very much on the inside. This is a pretty decent lap from Brett, but the problem is he doesn't have the ERS to do anything about it. He's just not going to have the pace.
MotoGP
Going into the start part of the lap,
layout!
but it's all about the corners. He is on a fresh set of tyres. I'm not sure why he decides to do a lap on these tyres without any ERS as he goes across the line. What's it going to be? It is literally, yeah, it's an incredibly small map. It's a purple last sector. It was a very good last sector, to be fair.
Is that
Did not have
Fabian
the
that
ERS
just...
to do anything. He improves only.
Was
below
it Fabian
time,
or Brett
half
on the
time.
lap, the McLaren?
Brett sets a 1 minute 5.517,
Yeah, that's Brett.
just over 600ths of a second behind Max. As Max now on his outlap the
Gotta burn
current
some
pole
fuel.
sitter. As we now Ty's still in the pit lane, and we have Dan and Ian on their outlaps on fresh tyres, as well as Max as well, who is on those fresh tyres. Ty's maybe coming out soon. Fabian has not come onto the track in a while, and we'll see what he does now. As Brett is now saving ERS for another hot lap, I assume. Going into the end of the session, Max goes in deep on his outlap onto the curve. And we'll see what he can do in the session as we get the first runs here on this attempt. We have Ian coming out the final corner. He looks like he was improving that one lap before he spun out the final corner, so we'll see if he can improve this time. Going into turn 1, let's see what he manages to do. Goes into turn 1, pretty tight. Didn't quite get it straightened out on the exit, maybe he wanted to, but as he goes down the straight, it will still be a pretty decent first corner. He was very good in the first sector last lap, but he managed to improve on that time. He does. 2 tenths up on his first sector, 16.5 in the first sector. What was Dan going to do is an indication of what will come for him. Not running as much, or he's a little bit down, but his first sector is slightly quicker than Ian still. Oh, and a bit of overcorrection there. There's a little bit of oversteer on the exit of the corner. That's going to cost him a huge chunk of time now. As Ian runs in wide going into turn 4. Watch him now as he goes through here. What's he going to manage? Let's watch this apex from the upper camera as he goes through. Pretty tight on the exit. And again, a decent exit. Again, he gets on the power very early through that. That's very good. Will he ride the curb much? He doesn't ride the curb. He seems to do that very often. He doesn't really ride the curbs too much.
No, I made the
That's
same
quite smart of
mistake. God damn it.
That can also cost him time depending on what part of the track you're on. As you see, going into the last 2 corners, he runs in. He's going to go into the pit lane. Very strange decision from Ian in the middle of his lap to go into the pit lane. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but Ian backs out of his hot lap, I presume. That's Max. Going like this. There's yellow flags for Ty, who I believe is now just saving ERS on his outlap as he comes onto the pit lane. Fabian is once again still in the pit lane. He just really does not feel like there's any point in coming out to the track. We see a lot of rumbling from a steering wheel somewhere.
Burning fuel.
Max going through the middle sector now on a lap. He's quite a lot down on his best lap. He's 3.5 tenths down on his best lap, but we'll see if he can do anything in the last sector. He just needs to put a decent time in. Maybe he might as well at this point, and he backs out and comes into the pit lane just like Ian did. Didn't quite improve as much time as maybe he wanted to.
Why are people going into the pit lane?
And wasting this set of tyres. They're on fresh tyres, they're on 0 lap all tyres, and Tyres makes a huge mistake on his outlap, spinning into the gravel. That's not going to help his tyres very much, but yes, it is surface only, so it will not make too much of a difference if he can get the surface temperatures back to an optimal window. As Dan coming now into turn 6 now, where Tice is, he's going to want to slow down maybe and just give himself some space in case Tice makes a mistake on his lap, and give him time to move out of the way maybe. If he does make another mistake, as Tice moves down on the inside, he always seems to want to be the last person on the track, and that is fair enough because the track will improve the most if he does that in most circumstances. Now coming out onto the track, we have Fabian and Ian coming back onto the track, and finally Fabian managed to come out after a long 10-minute wait after his first run with a 1 minute 5.8. As you see now, with Dan starting his lap, going into turn 1, what's he going to manage to do here? He's going to brake, turning into the corner. Oh, he overcorrects again in the first corner, just a little overcorrection, and that's going to cost some time, and he backs out once again. So you have to do another lap.
Oh damn it, that's the 4th lap! Jesus Christ!
Oh, running way too much exit curve there on the sausage curve, that's going to cost some time. The traction just won't be there if he tries to get on the power too early, he would have spun out there. So going up the hill, what's he going to manage to do here? It's a pretty decent, he's still improving in his first sector though, so it was a good first corner. Really trying to maximise his lines. Oh, a bit of oversteer on the exit there from Tice. That will cost him some time and he backs out as I would expect him to there. Not a very good first couple of corners.
Yeah, I don't
Brett
know.
on his out lap.
It's just hard setting a qualifying lap. God damn
Very
it.
difficult, this track for the drivers. They're all struggling on their laps, as you can see now, going through the final corner. Here comes Fabian. Will he start a lap now? Yes, he does. He turns on the hot lap as he comes out the final corner. Can he beat his 1
Okay,
minute 5.8?
let's see if I can finally do
he
a
is
lap.
one of the fastest drivers in this qualifying session. We'll see what he does here. Into turn 1 he goes. Very neat and tidy through turn 1. That's what you need to be doing at this track. No one has seemingly been able to do that in the last few laps at turn 1. As Max is now queuing behind. He's going to be in the way though. Max needs to move out of the way of Fabian pretty quickly, so it doesn't impede his time. Fabian running a lot of the curve once again, getting a pretty compromised exit. That was not the best exit speed he could get there. There's a pretty good first sector from Fabian. So watch now, what's Ian going to manage in the first sector? 16.6, he is improving, but not as much as he has done the previous laps. But if he doesn't make a mistake, he will improve his time, and that is the crucial thing here. He can maybe get 5th position, or better. On board with Fabian once again in the middle sector. He is 800 up in the first sector with 16.3. Oh, it was a little bit hesitant to get on the power there because he just did not have the right line he wanted. He gets the inside curve, goes really wide, almost spinning there as he goes through turn 7. That was a very close moment. He went wide, drifting into the curb, but that will be good because he'll save himself some time.
Brett's blocking my line.
Into the final 2 corners, he's really taking a tight line, that's good. He gets the power really early, moves to the inside. What's it going to be for Fabian? It will be an improvement of his time. He goes into 3rd position, only a little bit behind Brett. Purple final sector for Fabian, with a 1 minute 5.583, is only around about 700ths behind his teammate. So Tice now on a lap as we watch as he goes. He's a little bit down in the first sector, but he can make up that time. He's using the grass even to try and gain some time, and maybe get higher up in the positions. Runs a bit wide, just like Fabian did. And once again, we will see Tice backs out of his lap.
1 minute 5.7.
How much time has Dan said? So 1 minute 5.7, 2 tenths behind Fabian. Pretty good lap there from him as Max is on a lap as well.
Only 2 tenths.
Haven't really seen the first sector time as he goes out of the corner, very tight, decent and tight through turn 3 there, heading down towards turn 4 down the hill. What we do is he keeps to the left
not
hand side of
making
the
it
track.
on fuel. God damn it.
With a brake, turn into the right. Pretty nice connection there. Using a lot of the curb on the inside, getting the power quite steadily there as he often does with the traction control off. The only person I believe who runs without traction control with it, except for Tice as well. You can see now as he goes through into the left hand and now through turn 6 and 7, purple middle sector once again for Max through here. This will be an improvement of his time, and the two McLarens almost collided there, trying to move out the way of Max as he hits the inside curb. Will he manage to connect the final corner? Will he spin out again? He will not.
No, okay.
Being very careful on the exit curve, it was worth it. As he comes out the final corner, it's a 1 minute 5.2, a sensational lap for Max. Improves his time once again, as Brett now starting his lap. Going through the final corner, he gets out the turn, gets on the DRS very quickly. He was so fast on the DRS that he didn't even realise. 5 minute outlap, and here we go. What's Brett going to manage his? Ian comes out the pit lane right as he does that, and he has stopped moving. I think that's because he realises, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's not going to have enough time to do another lap, so I think Brett has settled for 2nd place. Dan starting his final lap now. On 5 lap old tyres, he wins a lot of the exit curve, trying to maximise his time, but that will compromise his exit because the car can't get on the power on the curve very well. Tice now coming through the final 2 corners. He's massively improving on his time. What's it going to be for Tice? He is currently in 5th position. He runs really well at the final corner. It's going to be a good lap for Tice here. At the final corner, he goes into 2nd place with a 1 minute 5.379. A very good lap, but just missing out on pole position. It looks like Max is the only person who can get it now, as off the track, Fabian completely went off there. Fabian went off the track and rode the gravel trying to gain time, and it looks like that has really cost his lap, so he will be in 4th position at best. Here comes Ian now. Will he manage to get across the line in time? That's a problem for him now. And no, he doesn't. Ian misses out and he can't get through, so he will be last on the grid for the race, but he's...
Oh no, oh shit, shit!
Max. And oh, Dan has a huge crash in qualifying. He went off the track there in a big impact at turn 7, off the track on the inside, and he is out of the session now. That was a very strange moment from Dan there. I believe he was on a lap and he just pushed too hard on the curve, went on the inside and spun into the inside wall on the arm curve. That was a pretty big impact for Dan, but he is still in 5th position, and I believe that is as good as he'll get, as Fabian has parked his car on the line. And Ian is not happy with his qualifying, and he will be starting last of the race, but he does seem to have the pace. If he can just hook up some good laps in the race and in the sprint race, maybe gain some positions with some chaos, that would be good for him.
Hello.
Well done, Max.
Thank you.
That was a good lap.
Max got pole position.
Oh,
Let's go.
Could've
Bro,
used
the entire top 5 is
Max, you get a point
separated
just
by
by
a
default
little
for
bit
that,
more
so
than
there we
5 tenths.
My turn 3 was like okay. I probably wouldn't be able to improve that.
That
Like,
is just
like more.
finish or
My turn 1
crash
and my
or
final
something.
turn would like shit.
Yeah, no, I didn't see the first corner on your lap, but I saw the last corner.
Yeah.
My first corner
You
was
went really
awful.
wide at the final corner.
Guys,
not
finish
really.
where you like.
Did not get on the power very quickly.
Finish where you like women.
Oh, and Ian just fucking died. Ty still isn't out. I don't know why he won't cross the line. I guess we'll wait for an AI card to...
Because of skill issue.
Wow, that was a really good reaction time, Taz.
But yeah, Max, you're on pole. Pretty cool.
5th on the grid. Well, that's probably where I'm gonna finish as
Max,
well.
you have to battle
Like,
Ty.
I'm not gonna
looking forward
finish
to that.
higher than this. The entire grid was separated within a second, which is not something that happens a lot in this league.
This is risky.
Real shit, real trap shit.
Look at Daan.
What was I saying? Yeah.
Don't know.
Dan, this race, this track has the shortest lap time, so it's going to be closer naturally. Oh yeah, I'm going to probably take this race
My
now.
radio while racing. Nah, not a
Well, to the
commercial.
sprint race is Max on pole, Tyson second place.
Sprint race. I wish I find a lover who can hold me. Now I'm crying in my room. Yeah, I'll probably start last because I'm gonna spin. Alistair, you ready?
Here we go. 5 laps are on, lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from everybody it seems, but it's a really good start from the second McLaren of Fabian. He manages to get his teammate off the line, but no, he doesn't. There's Brett on the outside, but it's Max who still leads into turn 1 with Tyson second place, and third is Brett. On the exit curve, Dan runs very wide, but here it is. Tyson right behind Max now as a head down into the third corner on the first lap. Will Tyson go to the outside? Yes, he does. He's going to try and make a move here. On the outside line, he's going to be right there on the outside, so it is. Meantime, Max does push him wide, but that was a fair enough incident there. I see it now side by side with Brett. We were right on board with Brett now as he manages to get a large substitution. He's going to use a lot of ERS trying to get out of Max on the inside. He goes down the inside now, and it's 3 wide for the lead already on the first lap. Max makes contact, and Tice goes around the outside of almost 2 cars, and now it's Brett that leads with Tice in second place on the first lap. This is already a very crazy and manic first lap. As down the inside goes Tice, that's very aggressive on the grass he goes. Somehow manages to not spin out there. And he goes on the inside, incredibly aggressive first lap, and Brett still on the outside trying to hang in there. Will he make that move stick? He's still side by side. Max spins out of the 3rd position. And that is really bad for him there. He's now in last position, but anything can happen in this race. I think it is not worth it to just leave now. Brett going through in first place with Tice in second, so it's very close with the leaders. And it's Fabian now just ahead of Dan, but it's Brett who leads the first lap from Tice in second, but Brett will have a slight disadvantage with ERS, I assume. We'll look at the telemetry. Yes, he is with low, or they're both on low ERS, so it's going to be a complete battle down to DRS as Dan right behind Fabian now as well for the battle for 3rd place. Max will have to rely on other errors from other people to try and get back in this race. As once again, Brett pushing Tice off the track. That's not the first time Brett has done that today. Already in the first lap of the race he did that. So let's see what he does now as he defends and he does pull just in front. But it is Fabian who's still ahead of Dan meanwhile in the battle for 3rd position, but it's the battle for the lead that is the main attraction at the moment, as they're very close together. Type seems to have the pace to get back past him. He runs a little bit wide going through there, just missing the apex. That will cost him some time to Brett going through the first couple corners.
Now I'm crying in my room.
So there we go. So Tice in second place. Fabian already catching back up to these guys at the front. Tice losing some time here at the end of the lap, where Brett seems to be very fast. He's up to the middle sector. He gained a bit of time. It's difficult to follow in the middle sector still. Where it is, it starts the fastest lap of the race. With a good middle
Fabulous
sector, and the
DRS
final
as well,
sector too, so
god damn
Tice is going to be
it.
following with no little ERS to defend. It's going to be an interesting race. We're on board with Tice now. As a spin at turn 1, Dan has spun out on the first corner, and Max
Told
might
ya.
be able to capitalise from this. Maybe
Yeah.
get back past.
God
Look at
damn
that
it,
lead
I
once
was
again.
in the
Tice
DRS.
just staying behind him, and he's going to almost spin on the exit curve. That was incredibly close there for Tice, and he'll use the DRS to hopefully close off a bit. But Fabian is out all over the rear tail of Tice is Ferrari. As he head down here into turn 4, and it's not quite close to making a move to Fabian, but Fabian has a lot more ERS than the leaders. He might actually have a chance to win the sprint race, you know, with the amount of ERS
Does
that
the
he
sprint
has.
race win count as a win?
I mean, it's just a sprint win, it's not really a win. Oh, this music is perfect, it's specters the mouse for this. I might just keep this on. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, alright. I'm scared that the clip isn't working because I've worked off it a few times. I hope that's not the case.
Otherwise, you'll just clip it after.
Okay. Into turn 1 then, so it is Brett from Tice, from Fabian. A very good first corner from Tice means that he has a chance here. We're on board with him now as he goes into turn 3. Will he make a move down the inside? He's going to try it. He goes for the inside move. Brett shuts the door a little bit, but he does not get the best exit because of that move on the braking zone. He's now making contact with Tice as he turns into him down the straight. Fabian will be watching here as he is using a bit of ERS now. Brett trying anything he can to get ahead of Tice. He's going to try and go for the outside potentially here, but no, it's not close enough to make a move. So Tice retakes the lead here on the 4th lap of the race with 12 laps in the race. Fabian in 3rd place. We'll just be watching these guys, seeing what they do, and after that 4th, 5th and 6th are spaced out to almost identical amounts with 3.5 to 3.8 seconds the gap between each of them. Fabian running the curve a little bit there, so he's going to be in a very bad position. And the exit of the corner, he does get a little bit of oversteer, so Brett still running very close to the back of Tice. So this is truly a battle for the race lead between Brett, Tice and Fabian for the race lead now. All drivers running with low ERS in this absolute dogfight for the race win between Brett and Tice. Brett is going to try and make a move to turn 1 here. That was not the smartest move. As he goes down the inside, he makes that move stick. He moves across in the braking zone and he does get the lead. But this will also give Fabian a chance to get in this battle now. As we'll go on the off-board camera now. Down the straight, Tice does not have the DRS, I don't think. But neither of them do. It's only Fabian that has the DRS, so he might try and make a move here. He doesn't. He's going to be very patient here. Makes contact with the back of Tice. Tice runs off the track once again. He's going to be alongside Brett though. He goes off the track and gains an advantage. That is a little bit suspicious there, but it is Brett. And Fabian now going to the inside of Tice. That's incredibly aggressive, and he's going to make the move in this contact between all 3 of them. And Tice almost spins, but somehow manages to keep out of that and managed to stay ahead. This is an incredible battle for the lead between these 3. Tice now right behind the back of Brett going into turn 5 now, and rather turn 6. Brett is now leading from Tice in 2nd, and Fabian now really getting in this lead battle between these guys. This will also give Ian a chance to maybe close in a little bit on these leaders, as Daan has gained a lot of time on Ian this lap, and so has Max. So these guys closing in the battle for 4th place. Battle for 4th place is very close. So it's Brett. The top 3 are separated by absolutely nothing. 3 tenths between them. Daan is closing in the gap rapidly on Ian, but so is Max. Max gaining loads of time in the middle sector there on Daan this lap. He's gained about half a second this lap alone, and so has Daan on Ian, so it's very close in every single battle of this race. But there's Tice once again. We'll try and get a move here. Gonna watch on board with Tice going into the corner. He's gonna go to the outside line. Tice is gonna go try and wrap around the outside. He's gonna make the move stick, I think, but no, Brett once again pushing him wide, and that means he has no choice but to run wide here, as Brett and Fabian now both have the DRS on Tice, as Fabian might try and make a move on his teammate here, and he does down the inside. He's not going to make that move stick because he realizes that it's not worth it on his teammate. You need to work together in tandem to try and get the race win here in the sprint race.
Ja. We hebben gewoon een klein beetje ERS gebruikt.
Max has made a mistake this lap and he's lost a lot of time, so once again. Daan bringing the gap down almost a second this lap on Ian already. So Daan seems to have the pace to beat Ian today, as he did yesterday. And Max also losing time to Daan. I think Daan has had a very good lap then, or Max has made a mistake, so here we go. Once again, Tice has gained a little bit of an advantage over Brett and is leading this lap. Going to ride on board with Brett now as he goes. He would like to try and overtake him to turn 1. He's very impatient in that remark. I think he realizes that it might be worth it, but this time he's not going to try and move. He's going to be a little bit more patient. Gets on the power pretty quickly. Fabian is actually pretty close to the back of his teammate, but it's going to be Brett that'll get the biggest effect of the DRS. Tice has 2% ERS, as Brett has 0, so I mean, there's not going to be much of a difference either way, but see what Fabian has 50% ERS, and he is just using this time to gain the ERS. This is really important.
Let's go, Fabian!
Fabian has a true chance to get in this fight. He needs to keep saving because he can use that massively to his advantage towards the end of this race. Just like Tice was doing yesterday in the British Grand Prix during the race, he was saving ERS in the lead. And this is Fabian doing it in 3rd position, knowing that Brett and Tice are going to be battling very hard. He's going to be getting in this fight, but it looks like Brett has not got the pace here. Tyres are really coming off for him now, as Tice leading the race. Gained a little bit of advantage in the middle sector, but this is where Brett is very good in the final sector. He always gains a lot of time. But Fabian, once again, is really close to the back of Brett now. He's actually closer to Brett than Brett is to Tice as he goes wide at turn 9. Tice is leading. Is he going to be now coming out of the final corner? A very good lap from Fabian, only 4 tenths down, despite he's literally running almost identical lap times to the race leader, so this is very interesting to watch. And he is using ERS, that's not worth it this early on in the sprint race, but he's going to maybe try and make a move. Brett on the inside, it's going to be 3 wide for the lead now. On the inside goes Fabian, he makes the move stick on the inside for the race lead. Fabian goes in deep, and he goes off the track, and Max has crashed out, I believe, at turn 1. And that might be a safety car, and it is a safety car. As Tice takes lead, and Fabian takes second place, crucially ahead of his teammate. That is a crazy segment of the race, and Dan was about to close it on Ian as he was speaking there.
Now there's no fun anymore. God damn it.
Max is out of the sprint race, having qualified on pole, has completely come undone in this race. What a sensational opening few laps of the race.
What if I just pit for softs and be faster than everyone?
Unfortunate for Max as he's crashed out of time. Oh, did you crash on purpose or did you crash like
No, accident.
Bro, the fucking lead battle is insane. It's insane. It was 3 wide for the lead. Fabian took the lead and went off the track and then Tice went back down the inside and took the lead again.
Wow.
Anyway, bro.
No, on turn 1, on the exit, I wasn't even on the curb and I just spun. Or I like oversteered and then I went onto the curb and then I went straight into the wall.
Well, Dan comes into the pit lane, he's going to bring it onto soft tyres, I believe. That's a very smart choice, you might as well try it. So I could get him into the lead picture potentially in this race. He seems to have decent pace today. He's faster than Ian, so he can definitely maybe get in the top 4, maybe even on the podium, get himself a point. But
so I have 100 ERS and brand new soft tires, so...
Yeah, Evan's going to have 100 ERS by the end of the safety cars.
Yeah, but I have new soft tires.
Brett does not know how to save ERS, and that is really costing him. He's literally got 40%. Fabian's on 83, and Tice already got back up to 100, so I don't know how he's so bad at saving ERS. So Dan's literally using ERS, there we go.
I'm not.
We're gonna go into the broadcast safety car.
Holy shit, Dan was actually... I don't know why people didn't pit for softs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dan actually has a chance to win now. Dan's gonna be way faster than everyone else. Contact under the safety car! That was Brett that hit the back of Fabian under the safety car. No, that's what I just said. Yeah,
is AI taking over?
Yes.
Yeah, that was when AI took over. I swear that's when Brett hit.
No. When AI took over, Brett drove into the rear right of Fabian.
It's not even Brett.
I'm feeling
yeah, no, it was his AI car. Here we go, he's going to be ending with 3 laps to go in the sprint race. That will give Dan a huge chance. It's basically a 3-lap race for him now to get in the lead race. This is going to be an insane end to the Grand Prix in the sprint race. We've got 3 laps to go for the restart.
10, I guess?
Lap 10. Yeah, on board with Dan for the restart. We're going to stay on board with Dan for this restart lap, just see how much faster he is on these soft tyres. And to see what happens. You'll get a good view of everything around him as he is restarting.
Brett's gonna do the most retarded restart ever because he's a fucking nigger coon.
What the hell?
Going down into the final couple of corners.
No, what?
As Max has a lot to say about Brett.
He's gonna try and go alongside him like a retard.
Yeah, trust me.
Ian, go closer! Go closer,
Yeah,
we're about to go.
Here we go then, Tice is going to gun it on the exit of the final corner. Here comes Dan, he's already using ERS to try and get past Ian. He will have a huge advantage in tyres going down into the first corner. Can he make a move in turn 1? I don't think it's worth it. He'll probably have to try and make a move in turn 3. Fabian goes really wide at the exit of turn 1. And now on the inside, Dan not using the slipstream, he needs to use. Ian has really good straight line speed, so he needs to go.
Turn 1 because he's such a good player.
On the inside, Dan goes down the inside and once again out into turn 3 and he'll make that move stick, I believe, but it might give Ian a chance to get back out. Oh, Ian's gone really wide off the first corner, so he's going to have no chance now. And now Dan has put himself into the lead picture. He'll be really fast in the last 2 sectors. So there's Tice who leads from Fabian in second place. Fabian has less ERS already than Tice, but Brett actually has the most ERS of the top 3.
Yeah.
Brett has the most ERS somehow, despite having less under the safety car, now has more than everyone else. As now Fabian has gained a lot of time on Tice already in this lap. Dan using a lot of the curve on the inside to gain time on Brett, who is much faster than. He goes wide though once again. I might give him a straight exit, and it does. Coming out of turn 7 now. That was a pretty big mistake there from him, but going into the final corner. It looks like Brett hasn't got the pace here, despite having more ERS that he's saving. Going in these last 2 laps, he's actually losing time, and he actually might cost himself quite a lot. But Dan coming out of the final corner will have a good chance. He's using a lot of ERS to try to gain time. He's 5 laps down on the best time he's done so far this race.
Why is Brett going so wide into the corner?
Because he's cheating, that's literally a penalty. Like, he's done that every single lap.
Well, Fabian do anything, he hasn't got the ERS to make a move here, and neither does Brett, but it is Dan that is going to be very close. Oh, but
I
Tice
think
goes
so.
in deep there, and that's going to give Fabian a chance. No, but Fabian got checked up by that. No. Oh, that goes down the inside of Brett. And they make contact down the straight, but it is actually Brett that has more ERS down the straight as well, but that might give him cool. Well, it will give him cool actually. Down the inside goes Dan. Will Brett get the switchback? He does not, and that means Dan will get third place, and that'll give him a point in the sprint race. The top 3 get points in the sprint race in the NPL, as Tice leads with
Brett has
having
gone
second
off the
place.
track before the corner
Already Dan
again,
is gaining
thinking it
time on
gives
the
him an
leaders.
advantage.
Brett tried somehow, I don't know why he was trying to make a dive bomb into turn 6, or turn 7 rather, I don't know what the point of that was. But there goes Dan, goes in time. I don't know whose steering wheel is going so crazy. I think it's Tice in the lead. We just use a lot of the outside curve going into turn 9.
will be activated for the final lap.
ERS on the final lap will make this race absolutely insane. It is. Tice actually has the most ERS of anyone in the race. Dan gets the fastest lap of the race, and that will give no extra points, but it is a good confidence booster on the final lap. As they head down the straight. We've got Fabian going against Tice. Tice has a massive advantage here. But it is Dan that will actually get the biggest slipstream going down into turn 3. You won't make a move because he realizes that turn 4 is his best opportunity. He has the tire advantage, he might as well just be patient. Gets on the exit curve, doesn't use too much, and that's really huge for him. Huge exit speed there with a better grip on those tires. Gets ahead of him, and that means that Dan is going to be in second place in the sprint race. A really good comeback drive from him to go from 5th to 2nd on the restart. Now he actually has a chance to maybe win the race if he can make a move into turn 9 at the final lap. I would very highly doubt it, but it isn't completely unlikely. It's not impossible. No, but this Tice definitely does seem to have this race under control though. Apart from the sector from Dan, he's half a second faster than his best time with the DRS helping him on this lap. Going into the final sector, can he do anything here? It looks like Tice with the ERS advantage that he has just gained a lot of time on this lap. And Fabian is really close to the back of Dan, but that's not going to be so. It is Tice that will win the sprint race. From Dan in second place maybe, yes it will be. With Fabian in third, Brett 4th after a bit of a choke at the end of the race, and fast lap for Dan.
Let's
Ian
go!
finishes in 5th place.
Oh, that was actually one of my best performances.
Fucking wait.
From spinning to second.
That was pretty good from Dan, you know.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yo, that was actually one of my best drives.
Yeah, start of the day.
I'm shaking a lot though.
And it was patient as well.
Yeah,
so stupid move into turn 3.
Yeah, fucking Brad would have done that. He would have just sent everyone everywhere.
2 extra points. I take that. Jesus. I'll probably like lose lots of places. I hope one of you guys crashes so I can do the exact same strat and overtake Tice as well and win.
I bet it's gonna mean that fucking crashes again. Fucking
yeah.
Yeah. So there's so if this is yeah.
It should be roughly like a 45-minute race.
Yeah, it should be.
Then we go then for the race.
Did the sprint race clip, Alistair?
Yep. I got 2 parts because the first part I wasn't sure if it was clipping, so I clipped it and then I did second, like 8 laps.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or maybe.
Look, watch me have a good start and then we have to restart.
Oh shit, I left the fucking...
So it is Tice in first position with Dan in second place. Going on, the lights are on now. And it's lights out, away we go. And it's a pretty even start from this point too, but it is actually Dan that gets the better start of the 2 of them. Down on the inside line, when he make a move going to turn 1, he might. He has the potential to. He knows he's going to back out into turn 1. That will be giving him a huge slipstream when he exits the corner. Everyone runs wide. One of those drivers being Fabian. As Brett goes ahead of his teammate, he's now side by side with Dan. You watch now, Dan and Brett are side by side going down here. Max on the inside of Ian, he might make a move. Brett trying an alternate strategy here. And Dan spins out into the third corner now.
Well,
and
that
is
helps.
Put him in last place.
God damn it.
Will we have a restart? We shall see. The battle
Has
for
anyone
second
died?
is now intensifying. Nope. Just you.
So no restarts, god damn it. It's only if someone dies. Why would Brett start on soft? So I'll definitely finish.
Trying an alternate. I'm actually trying a 2-stop strategy today, which is very aggressive.
Or he's just gonna pit very early for the hard and do like a Hungary strat, or he's counting on the safety car or something.
That's just stupid either way, to be honest. I don't mean to be biased, but still. Anyway. So Brett will have a huge tire advantage on this opening up. I don't think he thinks he has the pace here. But he's not using as much ERS maybe as he usually... Oh, now he is. So now Brett is commonly using a lot of ERS in these races to gain time on the leaders. But it is Dan in last position now with Max now in 4th place will have a good advantage here. But look at Fabian on the medium tyres is actually faster than Brett. So look, this is the strategies there. So the strategies are the pit window opens on lap 16 for the hard tyres if you're on the mediums, but Brett on the softs is going to be pitting around lap 8, really lap 7 even. So he's going to be pitting extremely early for another set of tyres. I'm actually going to go for medium hard, or maybe just
God damn it,
go
went
straight
wide.
onto medium. Which I think either way wouldn't be the best strategy. But Max is very close to the back of Fabian now. Goes in deep to the corner, does Fabian. Max just needs to be patient today, just watch these things happen in front of him. Fabian seems to have the pace to be a race-winning contender here today. Brett does not. Brett on these soft tyres doesn't seem to have the pace, as Dan isn't really gaining much time on Ian now, but Ian is losing time to this lead pack. Heads here now. Ian making a little bit of a mistake there, a little bit of a close moment going through turn 7, as it is Tice who leads on the second lap of the race, as DRS is now enabled, and that will give a huge amount of breathing room to Brett. But once again, it is indeed Tice getting the fastest lap, using all this ERS, but it is Fabian who has the most ERS. He seems to be the person who's better at saving. Max also saving around about the same amount as Fabian.
How much does Fabian have?
Fabian on around about 55%, so is Max, and
I have most out of everyone.
Ian has 63 with Dan on 79, and the leaders have as little as 6 in Brett's terms, but 30% for Tice in the race lead, so the DRS will be massively beneficial to Brett now with this lack of ERS that he's been using, but it is Max now in the slipstream of Fabian, who has a chance to get onto the podium places after a horrid sprint race. Brett though behind Tice on the first lap. He's gained a little bit of time in the first sector this lap with the DRS, and he's a little bit closer to this lap than he was last lap, so hopefully he can get back in this lead battle. Max with a 10th up in the middle sector, not quite purple, but really putting a lot of trust in the car there through turn 8 on the exit curve, almost spinning out. The car got very light, you could visibly see that. And Ian's TV is now acting up for customs. Now here comes Brett now with a huge exit out of the final corner, using all the track he could. He's going to go to the inside maybe. Tice saving ERS in the meantime. Down the inside goes Brett into turn 1, and he spins out of turn 1. What was that? Fabian goes in, and Max gets into 3rd place, but I think he may have made contact. He did. Max has lost his front wing, and the safety car is deployed. As Fabian was about to take the lead from Tice there, the safety car comes out, and Max has no front wing after hitting the front of Brett's car.
Brett doesn't either.
Brett has no front wing either, so there's contact between the two of them. Brett spun it into Max, and that has given them both damage, and the safety car has been deployed.
Alistair? Did you get a good angle of it?
I got the onboard of Brett. I didn't really get the best angle of the incident itself.
Oh, okay.
I did see that Max was probably going to drive in though. The camera angles are kind of goofy on the spectator.
But what like happened?
So it looked like Brett made a move after getting a fantastic exit out of the final corner, and he went to the inside. Tice, he couldn't really give much space at someone. Brett was committed to the move, braked late, hit the front right tire of Tice going into turn 1, spun out and into the path of Max, who was going for the apex of the corner, hit the front of his car, I believe, after slowing down a bit, as Fabian went on the outside of him to avoid him, and that gave him the work. I think at this point the best option wouldn't be to pit. Because it's too early in the race for mediums to pit. I think Brett has a good opportunity now. He might as well pit anyway. Because of the strategy.
I think Brett's gonna go onto the hards, and then he's gonna do like a Hungary strat.
To use the medium tyres and get on the same strategy as everyone else, and that actually might help him because he will have 4 lap pressure tyres, or the reset will be around about 6 laps pressure tyres at least. So Fabian is in 2nd place with Ian now in 3rd, Dan 4th. Dan is back in the race now because of the safety car. Max pitting for any front wing, who will get a better stop between the two of them. Max was ahead before and will now pit.
Max goes onto the hards.
Hard tyres.
Brett on the mediums.
Watch the
Max will finish last probably.
Max on the hard tyres, it is Brett on the medium, so Brett will be slightly faster than Max, well, because of the tyre advantage, but I believe that Max does have actually slightly more pace than Brett in this race if he can put together the lap time. So he has been very patient in this race, however, and that was a very unfortunate incident with Brett bringing out the safety car. And almost going alongside Ian there, so is Ian in the podium positions again in a battle for 3rd place, just like last race, but instead of Brett being the battle for leader, it's Fabian now, the other McLaren, in this battle for
I hope for Fabian
place.
that he wins. He has not won since season 1.
And Brett once again struggling to save ERS under the safety car, trying to catch up to this league.
Even under the safety car, Jesus.
With Fabian now in
How
2nd
bad
place.
Can he be?
So, already one unscheduled stop for Max and Brett, but I believe Brett was probably better off pitting this early with the safety car, just not better off with the lack of track position that he now has. As it says that Tice is the current championship leader, and he is indeed, so... So leading from Fabian second, Ian third, Dan fourth, Max fifth, and Brett in last position after contact with Tice for the race lead. After a bit of an over-aggressive move into turn 1, it wasn't really worth it. I think he was thinking that if he got that move done, he would get re-overtaken into turn 3 and then be set up for a good move into turn 4, but that just doesn't quite work. It's pretty risky to try that so early on in the race, going into the first corner. But we'll see how this goes. On the restart, Tice has been very quick so far, and with ERS, Tice is very smart, but Fabian has been saving the best of anyone here today, and has managed to keep good pace with that. But with the safety car restart, on the second lap after the restart, the DRS will be re-enabled, and that will give Fabian and everyone else as well behind him a good opportunity at the race lead and at the positions ahead of them. So Tice is who leads, Fabian in second, Ian third at the moment, but we'll see how Max and Brett do on their fresh tyres. Max on hard, so he's going for a longer strategy than everyone else on this restart. Tice in first, Fabian in second, Ian in third then.
What is Brett doing?
Brett already hanging back. I don't know what he's doing here. I think he's slowing down. He can't accelerate. I think there's a problem with the car. It won't let him go, and now he's going to get up to speed. That's true, and that's what he was using 6th gear there, and he couldn't accelerate, so it was getting stuck there. Fabian is right on the back of Tice, but Tice gets a fantastic restart, and that's going to give him a good opportunity now. We're going to look at Max on this restart on his onboard, see what he can do against Max. And he goes wide into turn 1 and already spinning out of second place is Fabian! Fabian spins out of second on the restart, all by himself it looked like, as he's going into the first corner, and now it puts Ian into second place. And that means Tice has a fantastic opportunity to pull away from the field, potentially here, but... And it was too much curb at turn 1 for Fabian, and that has cost him massively now. He's all the way down in last place, 2.6 seconds off the lead. Brett has gone ahead of Max on the restart now, but Max will use a little bit of ERS trying to get back past. He's on the hard tyres though, so this isn't his race really. He's on a different strategy. He doesn't really have to worry too much about track position, but it might cost him time if he is faster. So this is a very interesting leg of the race now. But it's Brett, he's 1.7 seconds behind Dan. Dan is right on the tail of Ian now, and this is Tice's race to lose, as he's pulling away already from Ian, who is going to be battling with Dan very shortly, but Max is still all over the back of Brett now. He gets a much better exit out of turn 7, all over the curve. We're getting a little bit looser. The car always gets light there, I've noticed, on Max's onboard. We're going to look at Dan now as he's going chasing down Ian. He gets a good corner there. They did actually lose some time to Ian through there because of Ian's very smooth driving. And behind now, look at Max. He's right over the back of Brett now, going for 4th place. So the battles all over the field are really intensifying, as Fabian's already gained half a second on Max at the back of his queue. He's getting held up a bit now. Oh, massive oversteer on the exit of turn 1 from Max. Almost spinning out, and he's lost a lot of time now to him. But here, look at Dan right behind Ian. Will he make a move here before the DRS has been enabled? He will not, and he does seem to have around about the same ERS actually as Ian. So this will be a battle between Slipstream. And on the inside, on the grass, that's a brave move to be squeezed on the outside, finding any space he can. He's already lost 2 seconds to the race leader, Tice there, but down the inside goes Dan, and he makes a clean move for the race, or for 2nd place I should say. And that'll give him a chance to maybe close in on Tice in this race. So we'll see how that goes, as Brett is closing in rapidly on this battle for 3rd place now. And so is Fabian on Max, because Max seems to be held behind Brett a little bit now, and he still is. We'll watch Max as he goes through here. These camera angles aren't the best in this race today, I can't lie. So we'll look at the onboard of Max. Look how much time he gains under braking here. Just closing in, he manages to brake so much later than Brett. And oh, a mistake there from Ian, but he does manage to get the car straightened out again. DRS is now enabled on the 2nd lap of the restart. And Dan keeping a consistent gap to Tice here. Oh, and his contact a little bit there. Max just hitting the back of Brett. He goes on the exit sausage curb, and that will give Max the inside line going down the back straight. And with the ERS, he'll power past Brett. I don't think he managed to do anything against him.
Sliding on the exit of corners.
Ian is right on the back of Dan now because of the issues that Dan is having on the exits and corners, as he says down the radio. And Brett has a terrible exit out turn 3, and that means that Max is now back in this race for 3rd now. I think he actually might be the best contender to get a challenge against Tice, as Tice is starting to pull away a bit from Dan. Let's look at the ERS figures here. Tice has 100% and Dan is on 75, so Tice driving a very smart race today. Max hasn't got as much ERS as these cars in front of him, but he does have the pace. And oh, what on earth happened there? As he's inside Ian, it's like a little bit of a lot of lag there for Ian has caused Max to go inside his car, so that's a strange moment there for Max, as Tice absolutely pulling away from the cars behind him. Gained half a second in the middle sector alone.
Yeah, that's on the gravel. That's why
now
he's
everyone
just
is within DRS of each other in this train. And now look at this, Brett's pitting again. Or is that
Why?
Fabian's the one? Brett is actually the one pitting. I'm not sure what he's doing. We'll see what tyres he goes on to, but we'll look at Max in the meantime, as he's right behind Ian now in the battle for third place. And Max spins out again. You can see that coming. Got the power way too early, and he resets to the track. Now in 5th position, as Brett comes out onto hard tyres. So he thinks that's the best strategy. So Brett thinks the hard tyres are the best way to go here.
Oh my
and
god,
I think he's going to try and go to the end on these tyres, so this is good. So I think Tice will have to really push here to make sure that he can cover off these random undercut attempts from Max and Brett. I don't think that'll be a problem though, because Max seems to be spinning a lot this race, struggling with the traction on the exit corners as he so often does in this league. But Ian's still staying within DRS, staying within touching distance of Dan, but doesn't get the best exit out of turn 4. Fabian now will have a good chance to close in a little bit now, as Max spins out again in turn 4. And the yellow flags came out once again for a second, and he gets going once again. Really, Max struggling in this race as he goes onto the grass, and he will retire with the safety car as well. He is out of the race, an intentional crash for Max. He is out of the Grand Prix. And I think that should be a safety car, maybe not, we'll see, as he's kind of away from the firing line, which I don't think that actually will be a safety car. It would have been one already if it was. So Max is out, and there's no safety car for that. And that is not what Brett wants to see. That would have helped him in this race, being basically a pit stop ahead of everyone else. So, unfortunately,
I think Thijs was to get to Max before. Okay, now safety car.
No safety car at all. Max has already respawned, so that is it for Max.
I thought free pit stop would have been good.
So, Ice, Dan, Ian, and Fabian now all close together. Fabian is the closest to anyone in this battle now. 6 tenths behind Ian, but he's actually losing time in the straights. I believe that might be because of the more ERS Ian has, and I am correct there. Dan is gaining ERS and keeping a relatively constant gap to Tice now this lap. Only losing 2 tenths so far, made that 3. As Fabian right behind Ian. Ian running a bit wide, almost on the grass there through turn 5. Turn 5 is the kink, it goes right, sweeping right before it goes into the left-hander of 6. So going into turn 9 now, the penultimate corner. Ian again losing time in the braking zone to the car behind. Running a bit too much curve, getting drifted out wide. A terrible exit as well for Ian. Will he lose his position to Fabian? He might have a chance to come back at him though, because he's trying to overtake into turn 1. He goes down the inside, does Fabian, that's aggressive. Contact between the two of them under braking, and Ian loses time on the exit because of that, and because he just couldn't get the car straightened out in time. And Fabian overtook him before or just after the DRS detection zone, so that actually gave him DRS instead of Ian. So now Fabian basically getting a free DRS on the back of Dan now in his bid to get 2nd place in this race. So it's Tice that leads by 4.2 seconds over Dan, and then Fabian in 3rd position, who looks to have the best chance here today to get in this battle. Fabian right behind Dan, still trying to make something work. So Fabian it is in 3rd place, 5 tenths behind Dan. He's been gaining time in the middle sector this lap. And as Dan continues to lose a little bit of time to Tice at the front, Fabian looks to be the biggest contender to Tice at the moment on pace. So we'll see how that goes. Ian has completely dropped out of DRS of Fabian. Fabian has a huge amount of pace here today, as Brett is actually gaining a lot of time on the cars ahead of him. The interval we actually should look at the gap to the leader.
God
and a 3-second time penalty for warnings, but Dan, that is massive in this race.
Come on,
has a
that's
penalty,
not fair.
3 warnings already. That is very fair, I'd say, because it wasn't under the safety car where he was getting those warnings, so I think that is a fair penalty. As look at Fabian on the exit of the corner. We'll look at the gap to the leader just to see if Brett is gaining any time on Tice. We shall see later in the race if that works. We go down into the corner. That's a very late dive from Fabian down the inside, and he gets the car stopped and turned in as well. Will Dan get the switchback? He gets a good exit, and he's going to go down the inside once again. They're side by side going into turn 5. And Dan gets back ahead of Fabian. So this is a key moment in the race, and Brett is losing time to the leader, so this strategy isn't really working for him. And oh, Dan overcorrects, he spins out at turn 7. Oh, that's massive for Dan.
Fabian.
That was a huge moment.
I was just sliding and then Fabian hit me.
That was not Fabian's fault, to be honest, because Fabian had no reaction window at all to avoid hitting the back of Dan as he overcorrected. So I think that was a bit of a racing incident, if you could call it that. And Ian is now back into 2nd place, so now Fabian re-overtaking Ian may come up shortly.
Great,
and
I'm gonna catch up 4
seconds
again to Ian.
So now Dan has to once again gain the time on Ian. So Ian is driving a very clean race, and has actually helped him massively in this otherwise very chaotic Grand Prix. So see if anything else happens today. All the gaps are pretty spread out, but already Fabian gaining a lot of time on Ian this lap. It doesn't have any ERS, crucially, Ian does. Tice has absolutely full ERS, not using any. There's no point for him to use the ERS. Towards the end of the race he might, just to get the fastest lap maybe. But at the moment, in terms of ERS figures, it is Ian with the second best, Daan with the third, and Brett and Fabian are pretty even with 25% ERS, so they're not very good at the moment. Tyson is on 100% ERS at the race lead, so he just has every bit of advantage in this race and nothing to worry about at all. Fabian though has got within DRS range of Ian almost, and he is now in DRS range of Ian on this lap. Into the final corner, we'll see how this goes. And Ian running wide once again. Goes Fabian then second down on his best lap this time round. Dan with the 3-second time penalty. His race has been pretty
I can't serve it in the pit lane either, so
unless he gets a 2-second time penalty, he won't be able to serve that 3 seconds in the pit lane, so
wait, am I able to serve it in the pit lane? Okay, sure. Then I'll serve it in the pit lane.
Potentially Dan might be able to serve his 3 seconds in the pit lane.
Okay, then I'll just do that, like...
So you can serve penalties in the pit lane if they were inherited but not given during the race, like per the rules of the league. So Dan may be able to serve his penalty in the pit lane. Look how much faster Fabian is than Ian, who has lost almost 2 seconds to Tice this lap alone. And he spins out right in front of Fabian, just managing to avoid him. Ian has spun around completely, and that gives Dan third place once again. And that was very unlucky for Ian as he spins around. Doesn't reset the track, and he's stuck in the gravel. Ian is stuck in the gravel.
No, Ian, reset the track, reset! Otherwise it would have probably been a safety car.
For him. That could have been a safety car if he stayed there for long enough. Now Fabian's been unleashed finally, with a clean track ahead of him to maybe chase after Tice, but once again I just don't think
10 seconds behind.
100% ERS. Fabian only has 35.
Ian going in.
And Brett is keeping a relatively constant gap to Tice now with the lack of tyre wear on this hard, but it's just impossible for Brett to do anything this race, I'd say. Even though he's a pit stop ahead with he'll have 11 lap older tyres though than Tice does, so, or 9 lap older rather. So it's going to be probably will be quite easy for him to gain time. As long as Brett saves ERS, he should be fine in this race, but we'll see what he can do. He's losing time in the straights just because Tice has more energy stored that can actually give him more speed in the straight line. Dan using ERS, maybe trying to catch up on Fabian Car, getting light once again. Everyone's struggling there at turn 8. It seems like the exit curve from turn 7 is just really giving people a lot to worry about. It's Fabian pits. Fabian pitting from second place. That is a very crucial strategy call in this race. Will Dan pit? Yes, he will. So this is going to be interesting. They're going to come out behind Brett in this race. And that means they have to do the overtake on the track against Brett, which will be quite interesting to watch. So Brett comes out now in second place. Fabian is now going to be in a net P3. And not a best turn 1 from Brett as he comes out the pit, comes out turn 1, and Fabian comes out the pit lane. There is Fabian now. Now going into turn 3. So it is Tice that leads from Brett in second. Brett loses all of his time in the straights because of the lack of ERS. Fabian has 70%, he gained loads of ERS in that last part of the lap, which just proves Brett needs to learn how to save his ERS, because he literally, if he did, he would gain so much more lap time on Tice at this point. And he is gaining a little bit now, but he just keeps using it as Tice pits. Very smart strategy call from Tice to pit now, he might as well. Will he come out ahead of Brett though? This is interesting. If he has a bad stop, he might actually have to come out behind him, but no, it's a very good stop from Tice there. 2.2 seconds.
Yellow flag, who has spun?
Yellow
Someone has spun, someone has spun.
It's Brett. Brett has spun out, and he stopped the car.
He's trying to bring out the safety car. He's trying to bring out the safety car. Why is he still standing still? It's not working.
Oh, his contact, Ian has crashed into him, and that might be a safety car now.
Please be a safety car.
Ian has crashed into him, and the terrible camera angle once again not showing what happened, but I could see that in the mirror of Brett that he just smashed into the back of him on the inside because he was parked on the inside. I think Brett was trying to crash into somebody there, and he's still trying to bring out the safety car. He's hitting the wall. Don't know what he's doing. I think he's just trying to bring out the safety car without crashing out of the race, which is illegal.
Yeah. What is he doing?
Yeah, 10-second time past 15 track limits. And he will probably get disqualified at this race just because of what he's been doing. Trying to bring out the safety car. This is a very strange... He's crashing into the wall on purpose.
Yeah, he's trying to bring out the safety car on purpose,
He's
which
trying
is
to
not
reverse
allowed.
into tight, and the safety car is now
Brett
out.
is disqualified. That's not allowed. That's just not
Brett is now
allowed.
disqualified from the race. We
It's too
might have to red
obvious.
flag the race to kick him out of the race and restart. Might actually be a good idea.
Yeah, that we can do that. We can do that.
We have to disqualify Brett, otherwise he'll just ruin the race.
No, he's already
he's left
out.
the
He's
session
already
anyway,
out.
it's
He's disqualified
okay, so no red flag
anyways.
needed.
Okay, no pit stop needed. What was he doing? I got a warning under the safety car.
Brad's been disqualified from the race.
Brad will get 0 points, that means. So Thijs, why did I just get no delta and now I got delta again?
Oh. Ian pits. I believe he might be pitting for medium tires.
Could be a smart choice actually. Mediums last long. About
Ian has
16 laps and there's 16...
with Brett, so I believe that he's going to go into mediums.
Yeah, he's going to
He's
mediums.
going to use mediums, and that's massive in this race. He hasn't got any more sets of mediums or hards, so he's going to be in a massive curtailed position now. with all mediums
Disadvantage.
in this race.
Can
Yeah.
I overtake Brett's AI car? Fabian, if you're listening to the stream, overtake Brett's AI car. He's disqualified, so overtake him. Je mag hem inhalen, Fabian. Hij is er toch niet. He's gonna go into the pit lane anyways.
So Brett is disqualified from the race.
Yeah.
No, it is turned on tires because he's pitting for a new front wing.
That could
His
help.
AI car pits for soft tires, so that's not good.
Shall I just crash his AI car out? I mean, like, he's disqualified.
You might.
No, he's disqualified.
He left the
Anyways.
session, so it doesn't matter. His AI car will be good.
Yeah, but he still won't get any points because disqualified.
Yeah, but like his AI car, like he won't get in the way of the race by being disqualified, by not being in the lobby. You know what I mean?
Ian, why are you pitting again? Ian, are you stupid? Ian, you literally just pitted for softs. Well, there's 16 laps left. Bro, softs don't last. No, you're gonna absolutely die. I might if there's a late safety car. Yeah, I'm gonna let my AI car drive. Crazy race. Spins, crashes, disqualifications.
Now I just need Fabian to get in the lead battle
Fabian
again without
winning.
dying. It's gonna be a good race.
He has a very good chance.
He was fast in the sprint race.
Also, Ian, you can overtake Brett's AI car. You can overtake Brett's AI car.
In the time before the safety car came out, so
He's
it's not gonna make that big of a
disqualified.
difference. Well, you are very good. It's just Fabian is also. So I think Fabian is the only chance this race has left to beat you. So, and that's at the end. There's a safety car again, and then we have someone like Daan or Ian on softs or something.
Yeah, I really
Probably
hope I
Daan.
can do the softs thing again.
Because there's less people to get through this time, so we'll probably get in the race again.
I can win if that happens, but when's that gonna happen? Maybe if me and Ian collide or some shit. Quick, overtake him! Never mind. What the heck? It's just like Australia, just like Australia in real life. Ian, before the safety car restarts, you can overtake Brett's AI car.
Yeah. Alright, Daan has a 3-second penalty still.
I served that in the pit lane.
Did you stop for 3 seconds in the pit lane?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes, because
So-
I came out 7 seconds behind Fabian out of the pit lane, and I was 4 seconds behind him when I entered. So
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, I did the 3 seconds.
So Dan's penalty has been rendered obsolete because he served it in the pit lane. So ignore the graphic on the screen; it is not correct. Tice leading the race.
irrelevant.
I think that I'm not recording. Am I recording? Oh, for fuck's sake, I was recording.
Clip it.
Yeah. So Dan's penalty has been rendered obsolete because he served it in the pit lane, so ignore the graphic on the screen. There's Tice that leads from Fabian in second, Daan is in third, and for some reason every single time we do a restart, Daan is always the one that I get an onboard of. I'm not sure why. Oh well. Anyway. Ian is on
overtake.
soft tyres. Now I'm not sure why. But,
Ian, don't
we'll
go
see
next
how
to me,
that
it's
goes.
not allowed.
You might as well go back into hards then. I mean, like, you've got no other choice.
Yeah.
If you do this. Unless it's a safety car, then you might as well just fucking keep going to new softs.
I don't think I have another set of softs though.
Let's watch Fabian now. So he's
I don't have
44
a fresh
seconds behind
set.
Tice, that's not true. Yeah, Fabian should have seen that coming there as Tice was setting off a straight exit and you could see that from a mile away, but nevertheless he gets going again, 5 tenths behind him. Tice has no reason to use ERS, and we'll see how this restart goes now. And already Fabian using way too much curb, having to use ERS to nullify his mistake. Remember why it says that Dan's 8 tenths behind Fabian when he's very clearly not. Oh, from the leader, I see. I'll reopen the interval. That seems more interesting at the moment. It's Tice has the fastest lap of the race as well, crucially in this race. So Dan using ERS to try and gain time. As Fabian's right behind Tice now, but using more ERS than maybe should. I think it's better off just waiting for the DRS to be enabled, staying relatively close, and then that will give him the chance he needs to get in this race. Anyway,
Made a mistake.
right behind, Dan has made a mistake, and as me and Ian right behind him, they're side by side going into turn 9 here. Going into the corner, will he go running outside? No, he just makes a mistake, and he goes down to the inside for the switchback. He goes down the inside of turn 10. And he doesn't make it stick. That was an incredibly brave attempt to remove here. We're on board with Ian now. As he goes down the straight, Fabian is now close to the race leader as well. Tice, and around the outside he's going to try and go. He makes it stick on Dan. That's massive in this race. On the soft tyres, he's going to be way fast on the exit as well, so he's going to go ahead of him now. With a 4-tenth gap between the two of them. But Dan is right behind him once again, and just like last race, they're going to have a fantastic battle for the podium position. Will he go down the inside? Yes, he will. No, he doesn't. He just backs out once again. Dan goes in. We're right behind. Has DRS been enabled yet? I'm not sure if it has, no. And Ian giving no space to Dan there on the inside, but he didn't necessarily do anything wrong. So down the inside goes Dan.
Sorry, Ian.
The late move in the
Love
contact
tap.
between the two of them, but that was a fair enough move from Dan there on the inside. As Tice has used all of his ERS to try and get ahead of Fabian. That's actually going to not really help him at all. Because he now has less ERS than Fabian in second place, and he will probably be able to gain that time back because he is quite fast. So this is quite a crucial moment.
Here
Dan
comes
is in
Ian
third.
again.
Ian once again using all of his ERS trying to get past. That's not really worth it. He goes down the inside into turn 9 and Dan gives the space and goes wide. And that was a very strange moment. I don't know why Ian was trying to make a move. As the fastest lap of the race goes to Tice using ERS a lot this lap. He used around about 75% of his ERS this lap. And already Fabian regaining that time. As around the outside just again for the second lap in a row, Ian gets ahead of Tice and runners on board. Look at the rear camera.
Ian ahead of Thijs. Not in a million years, mate.
Did I say that? I meant to say Dan. Anyway, Ian ahead of Dan then. And Dan trying to make a move on the inside doesn't try that move. Ian goes in deep, and Dan almost has the back of him there. He was so close to him going into the braking turn, going through the apex. Dan has DRS though, and this is going to be massive for him. He has more ERS as well by quite a lot, so this should be an easy move for Dan around the outside.
Wait, shit, why did I choose the outside? No!
And he goes in deep, and that's going to cost him time on the exit, but he does
Bro,
seem to just
why
about
are
have
we?
the traction.
Ian and me are better than any Mercedes and any Rebel going side by side through cops or that corner right there.
Nice. And there we go. Fabian's really gaining time this lap on Tice. He's almost in DRS.
No, Ian!
Oh, and Ian has spun out again. He goes to the inside, and just like he has done before, he spins out at turn 7. And that corner has been absolutely
deadly.
Yeah, it has been deadly today. And we go look at this now. Fabian has DRS on Tice. This is massive in the race. He needs to gain as much time as he can. He needs to have a good turn 1. Pretty good. Yes, it is. So he's going to have a chance now with the DRS to maybe close in a bit on Tice. He needs to. Tice is struggling for ERS, but he will be saving as much as he can in the time while he's in the lead and he's still got an advantage. So. On the exit, Tice has the advantage in the straight lines, it looks like, and gets a better exit as well. And Fabian does use full traction control, so that's basically the same as Brett in that remark. He's getting good exits, but that is just some corners you just can't get as good of an exit as the cars with less traction control than him. But it is Tice leading from Fabian in second place. Closing the gap now in the middle sector though, so this is interesting. Obviously Tice has 1 lap pressure tyres, but because of the safety car that will be somewhat nerfed, if you will, on these last few laps, but it is Fabian right behind Tice. And this lap once again, he's going to gain time and he's saving ERF, so this is actually very good from Fabian. He's driving a very smart race today, using the DRS to keep within touching distance of Tice. And Tice runs the exit curve quite a lot, but Fabian didn't quite straighten his car out as well, so both drivers with a compromised exit out of turn 1.
What's the fastest lap?
Fastest lap of the race that we shall now see is 1 minute 6.9.
Nice.
So the fastest laps of this race, it looks like Brett has one. Oh, and Ian spun again at the first corner.
Brett's AI car. Because of Brett's AI car.
Oh, Brett's AI car crashed into him now. That was very strange. I didn't see what happened there. I was looking at the leaders there, looking at the fastest lap times. But as of right now, the fastest laps of the race, actually the second fastest lap is Brett's. Obviously, Max was too early in the race to go faster, and he was one of the fastest guys, obviously getting pole position, so it's pretty good. And once again, Ian oversteers. And now look at this, Fabian is really close to the back of the race leader. The drivers are so far apart this race behind the top 2, so this is the only real battle on the track right now. Down in no man's land and not really gaining any time on anyone in front of him, so see how this goes here. I'm still gaining ERS as we speak. Fabian though will be using the DRS, and if you can start battling with Tice, then this will become time emerging. And he does run wide this Tice. That will give him an opportunity down the straight for Fabian to maybe make a move here on Tice. He has the pace.
Come on, Fabian, be patient, be patient.
Fabian needs to be patient indeed. And he brakes very late going to turn 3, and that does actually close the distance between them. He gets a pretty decent exit, not as good as Tice, who's always been fantastic on the exit of turn 3 because of that. And Ian is now pitting once again, since his soft tyres have definitely done as much work as they can. He will be pitting probably for hard tyres. Yes, he does. He's not really got any other choice. The old mediums will be absolutely dead by the end of the race. As Fabian is really close to the back of Tice still now. Under 4/10 of a second between them in the middle sector. So this battle for lead is really intensifying between the top 2. Watch Fabian now, Tice and Fabian really close together, and he gets a good exit as well, going towards turn 9. He'll be really close. He's under 3/10 behind Tice now in this last part of the lap. It's all down to these last 2 corners. He takes a much tighter line than Tice today. He drifted out wide, but that did actually give him some good exit speed, and a good exit from Tice out the final corner means that Fabian did lose a tenth or 2 going out of the corner, but with the DRS he can have a huge advantage now over Tice, who has now got 50% ERS versus Fabian's 20, so it's pretty close, but I don't think it's close enough. We'll see as this goes. Right on board with Fabian now. He'll gain a huge amount of time on this straight, I'm sure. Daan runs wide at turn 1, but it's the battle for lead that is the centre of attention, it seems, at the moment. And this contact, and Fabian drives straight into Tice in turn 3 and half spins him around. That was a very strange incident there. They both get going in the positions they were in before, so Tice came off better in that. So I don't think that is a penalty, but that was a very stupid move there from Fabian to drive straight into Tice in the braking zone of turn 3. So a bit clumsy there, being a little bit impatient, braking too late in these corners. But it looked like it didn't really do anything to hinder Tice's race too much, because they're in the same positions they were in before. If anything, Tice has pulled away a little bit because of that. So that'll be okay, but that's also giving Daan a chance to close things a bit. But look how much slower Tice is now. He just gained about 3/10 in that corner. Tice has lost a lot of time. I'm not sure why that was. Did his AI car drive
Probably lost in turn 8.
Down the inside goes Fabian into turn 9. This is very aggressive. Down the inside he goes. and they're side by side. He pushes him off the track, and there's contact again between the two of them. Tice running back on the outside. They're still side by side going down the main straight, and Tice has the DRS on the outside line with slightly more ERS than Fabian has. So it's very interesting. Somehow he didn't gain enough time in the straight. So weirdly enough, Fabian actually has more straight line speed. Naturally, due to his setup, so that's very strange. Despite what we've been seeing today, the slipstream hasn't actually been that powerful. I see. So Tice lifting strategically to try and get the ERS, or sorry, the DRS, I should say, as Fabian now going down for turn 4. Fabian now losing time, and Tice, I think, I don't know if he used the ERS in the exit or just got a much better exit like he usually does there, but Tice maintains his lead with 7 laps to go in the Austrian Grand Prix round, and Ian now trying to get past Brett's AI car once again. Hopefully this time there won't be any contact between them, and there is contact between the two of them. Right, you need to be more patient with this AI car to navigate his way around him, because he just can't seem to do that. He's 42 seconds away from anyone else, as Fabian now, as usual, gaining a lot of time in the middle sector, but it's in the last corner where Tice really gains a crucial time going into the last part of the lap, so Fabian needs to get a good last 2 corners here. He struggled to get on the power through here versus relative to Tice, so he needs to get on the power early. There we go, that's a good corner, but still 4 tenths behind Tice on the main straight. See, he's still gaining ERS though as we speak, using the DRS just to be patient, but Tice is much better at saving ERS than Fabian is so far today. Not sure why that is. If anything, it should be Fabian that would be gaining more ERS just because he has the slipstream to kind of alleviate the drag that there would be and also give him more of a chance to save ERS. He hasn't been deploying at all, but just doesn't have any ERS at all, so I'm not sure what's happening there with him, but he has gained a lot of ERS this lap actually on Tice as he gets a good exit as usual out turn 3, which is actually crucial in this race. If he can get a better exit with Fabian every single lap, no matter what Fabian throws at him, he will have a good advantage going down on the back straight. So Tice, as usual, driving a very smart strategic race today, as actually during this battle Daan has actually gained 2 tenths of a second this lap already on these guys in front of him, keeping a constant gap to the cars ahead of him, I should say.
If they spin, I'm winning. I'm just gonna push as hard as I can now.
So Daan will be pushing, hoping for an incident between the leaders, and I think that at one point Fabian will probably get a little bit desperate maybe and go for a move, but the gap between ERS between the top 2 is 50%, so it's pretty large between them. But as long as Fabian has some ERS, he should actually have a chance to make a move maybe on Tice on the final 3 laps, but if Tice deploys that ERS, it would be a little bit unfair, if you will, between them. But Fabian using the DRS to stay in touching distance and to save as much ERS as he can. He might as well like lift before the braking zones while he's gaining this time. And he's going to go into the back of him again. This time he spins himself out, and that was a very crucial mistake there from him, and that might have just given Tice this race win. He might have to use ERS to save time now, but Fabian getting impatient, just like Brett did last race at Silverstone, just running into the back, or running into the side rather in that instance of Tice, and just really costing himself time. But can Daan now gain time on Fabian this race? Really I think that's it. But we shall see if he has the pace to catch back up again. He might.
Fabian is very quick, so...
Fabian's quick, but I don't think he's fast enough to keep up with Tice, who has a lot more ERS to use.
He has to get like 2 seconds in it. Is it 2 seconds? 2.5?
Yeah, 2.4 seconds the gap between first and second at the moment, and to make that 2.3
it's
now.
It's doable if Fabian pushes as hard as he can with being a little bit careful as well. Then he can make it quite easily.
The problem here for Fabian though is the fact that he is using full traction control, and at turn 3 for example he just doesn't quite manage to get the power down as quickly as Tice does because of that. So he's going to lose time in certain corners, and especially in the straights where he just doesn't have the pace here. He has to use a little bit of ERS deployment here to try and get a good exit, which did actually help him quite a bit, but at the end of the day Tice is pretty much at 100% ERS here, so it's pretty close. And you can see already losing 2 tenths on the exit. I think that's 3 tenths on the exit at turn 3, a bad exit for him there, as Daan has lost a second in the last lap to Fabian, but has 30% more ERS, so if Daan does see appropriate, he might actually have a chance here.
Bro, how am I gonna gain 4 seconds in like 4 laps? I have to gain a second a lap on Fabian, who is pulling away.
Tice it is then, he leads the way. Fabian in second place. He has gained time, but it doesn't matter because Tice has the ERS advantage, and there's not enough time, I don't think, for him to catch up anyways, but we'll see how that goes. As long as Tice makes no mistakes, he should be fine in this race, just to keep ahead. And if he can just coast around, he'll save ERS in the meantime and doesn't really need to, but if he really wanted to, he could go for fastest lap at the end here by using all of his deployment. I think he could genuinely gain at least a purple middle sector or first sector, and with the lack of fuel in his car, he will be very light, so we'll see how that goes. Fabian's using all the ERS he can just to gain a little bit of time on the cars ahead. He has gained some time once again on Dan the slab using his ERS, so see how this goes. Dan might actually be, at this point, just better off using some of his ERS that he's been saving. Maybe just to gain time with Fabian just a little bit, staying touching distance, just in case something happens, because we've seen, for example, turn 8, exit curb, has been incredibly treacherous today. Has been catching our drivers
What
left,
if
right,
Ty
and centre,
spins in turn 8 and then Fabian drives into him?
that is possible, and it's potential
That's never gonna happen, like...
You never know, I mean, Tice has just been so smooth. What is it?
That shit...
Yeah, we'll be...
You're gonna get held up by him, probably.
And look at that, Fabian has gained 3/10 in the last sector. He's so much faster in the corners than Tice is, but in the straights, Tice literally gains about, I would say around about half a second of time just in the straights alone. So Fabian running some good lap times here, though, only half a second from his best lap. So he's definitely driving a pretty good race there. But as you can see on board with Tice now, he's closing in on Brett's AI car, going into turn 3. Half a second down in his best lap. 1.6 seconds the gap between the top two, but actually this is going to help Tice with the DRS.
Nee, ik ga wat met mijn moeder doen.
Brett's AI car. If anything, you're rather just staying behind him. He hits the back of him, he can't get past. There we go, that's lost him a lot of time now on the exit of the corner.
Weet ik nog niet, ik ga wel wat met mijn moeder doen, zijn moeder nog.
Oh my goodness, tight! Fabian there, went on the grass trying to get past the lap car of Brett there.
He lost
was a very
time?
strange moment. He lost about 3/10 of a second to Tice there doing that.
Yeah, no, Fabian's never gonna catch up. Fabian's never gonna
catch up. With the final lap of the race
catch
now
up.
beginning, it looks like Tice has this race in the bag now. Will he use his ERS to float? Of course he will, it's Tice. He's gonna try and get the fastest lap going into turn 1. Using all of the curve, that will cost him some time on the exit, but watch this lap still. Let's watch the sector time to the fastest lap. He has to be at 1 minute 6.972. He is 3/10 down on his best first sector because of that first corner, but he's also running a little bit of the sausage curve on the inside. That will cost him some time as well. But yes, it looks like the Tice has this race won here. He's 4 down his best time. He doesn't have the tyre grip to do anything with the lap. He's already used all this deployment available, so he needs a really good last 2 corners to maybe attempt to get the fastest lap of the race here. Nice downshift, getting the power very smoothly, and coming out the final corner, it will be Tice that wins another race in a succession here. Tice wins the Austrian Grand Prix in dominant fashion here, with Fabian in second place, spinning across the line to take second. Daan that will get third place. Another podium for him, and a huge crash on the line as Brett's AI car crosses the line now. And 4 stops for him in this race. 4 stops as well for Ian, who will now be coming around to finish his lap and his race.
You finished 4th.
All throughout. But once again, it is a Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull podium. This time, instead of Brett, it is Fabian that got second place. So an interesting race to say the least. But Ian's on a pretty good.